What Himmler's SS diary reveals about the Jewish genocide. From chicken farmer to butcher. Reichsfuhrer. From merely a chicken farmer, Heinrich Himmler was gradually elevated by Nazi Germany's Führer Adolf Hitler to become the head of the Schutzstaffel, SS. The powerful paramilitary and political organization of Nazi Germany. Himmler was subsequently appointed by Hitler as the orchestrator of the Jewish genocide, devising the system of concentration camps where millions of Jews were confined, awaiting their systematic murder. Himmler's diary, lost for the past 71 years, has recently been discovered in a Russian military archive. This diary offers chilling insights into the daily life of the butcher Himmler, a man who routinely received a morning massage before heading to concentration camps to issue execution orders. Also within this diary, Himmler references phone calls with his family and instances of being on the move, a phrase believed to be a euphemism for his clandestine meetings with his mistress Bunny. The diary entry from February 12, 1943, detailing his flight from the SS field headquarters to Lublin, a Polish territory occupied by Nazi Germany, provides a chilling glimpse into a typical workday. 12:00 p.m. Landed in Lublin, greeted by two SS officers, Kruger and Globoknik. Rested at a hotel near the airport. 12:30 p.m. Drove to Chelm. 2:00 p.m. Traveled by train from Chelm to the SS Sonderkommando camp. 3:00 p.m. 4:00 p.m. Inspected the SS Sonderkommando camp. This diary entry does not explicitly clarify the term Sonderkommando, which in reality referred to special units of prisoners, primarily Jews, forced to dispose of the bodies of those executed in the gas chambers, before often becoming victims of the same fate themselves. The entry also omits the true purpose of Himmler's inspection: to evaluate the efficiency of diesel engines used to pump poison gas into the concentration camps, a method that led to the deaths of 250,000 people. Furthermore, the diary does not reveal that no Jews were brought to the Lublin concentration camp on that specific day. Instead, Himmler had a special appointment. Earlier, over 400 young Jewish women had been transported to Lublin, prepared for entry into the gas chambers so Himmler could personally observe the poison gas spraying process. Afterwards, Himmler calmly proceeded to enjoy his dinner. Ada Lichtman, an incredibly fortunate survivor who escaped that concentration camp, recalled Himmler being escorted from her camp area. A lavish feast was awaiting him afterward, and it was my job to set his table. Himmler was very excited about this visit. Het, the architect of mass extermination gas chambers. Himmler was the one who conceived the gas chambers after receiving orders to devise a more efficient method for the mass murder of Jews, with the aim of swiftly annihilating 11 million Jews across Europe. The horrific scale of these atrocities did not appear to faze the beast Himmler. Like Hitler, he preferred to rise late and conclude his work late at night or in the early hours of the morning. According to Himmler's diary, his typical day commenced with a 2-hour massage performed by Dr. Felix Kirsten. He also meticulously recorded phone calls home to Mommy and Puppy, the affectionate names for his wife Margaret and daughter Gudrun. His family resided in Gmünd, northwest Germany, while Himmler himself lived at his Black Lair headquarters in eastern Germany, now part of Poland. Himmler deeply loved Gudrun and frequently brought her to visit his workplaces and even concentration camps. Even now, at 86 years old, Gudrun vividly remembers her experiences with Himmler and actively participates in neo-Nazi groups, including members who support former SS personnel who served under him. Feasting before ordering murders. Himmler also paid particular attention to documenting his daily meals. For instance, on a January 3, 1943, he recorded having lunch with SS officers, followed by work discussions and dinner together. After having indulged in his meal, Himmler ordered the execution of 10 Polish police officers who refused to suppress the Polish population, and their family members were subsequently sent to a concentration camp. On March 9, 1943. Himmler noted in his diary that he had lunch with his comrades at Dachau concentration camp. Another diary entry describing a visit to Buchenwald concentration camp stated, "Had a snack at the cafe in an SS casino." In his diary entries from October 4, 1943, Himmler recorded a visit to Poznan, a Polish territory annexed by Germany, where he met, had lunch, and delivered a speech to SS officers. In this speech, Himmler openly described the Holocaust, the Nazi concentration camps, and unequivocally stated that the SS's mission was to exterminate the Jewish race. He also publicly congratulated himself and the SS officers for having performed their difficult task very well, while remaining remarkably decent people. Himmler's pleasures and his mistress, Bunny. In his diary, Himmler also references his fondness for gambling and stargazing, as well as his nighttime excursions. Historians believe that the days he meticulously recorded as on the move were when he met his mistress, Hedwig Potgast, his former secretary, whom he affectionately called Bunny. Himmler's wife was reportedly aware of and acquiesced to this relationship. Himmler and Bunny had 2 children together. Himmler and Bunny's second child, Nanette, was born on July 20, 1944, coincidentally the same day the plot to assassinate Hitler, known as Operation Valkyrie, failed after German officers detonated a bomb at Hitler's Wolf's Lair headquarters. Himmler's diary also precisely records his schedule for that chaotic day. At 1:45 p.m., he discussed work with Führer Hitler, and then, earlier at 1:00 p.m., had lunch with Marshal Keitel. Italian fascist leader Mussolini also visited Hitler that afternoon, and Himmler was tasked with welcoming and escorting Mussolini to meet Hitler. Subsequently, at 9:30 p.m., Himmler flew back to Berlin to clean up the failed military coup initiated by Klaus von Schenck-Stauffenberg. Himmler arrived back in Berlin just as he received news of Stauffenberg's arrest along with his 3 co-conspirators. After ordering the execution of all 4, Himmler had a late meal, and at 4:08 a.m. the following morning, he ordered the word Valkyrie banned nationwide. However, in his diary, Himmler makes no mention of ordering the incineration of the 4 aforementioned bodies after stripping them of all their medals and scattering their ashes into Berlin's sewage system.
We compile and edit the video's content from reliable sources, such as Wikipedia and major news outlets, offering an objective and multifaceted perspective. Warning: this content is presented within an educational and historical framework. We do not support or endorse hatred toward any group, nor do we promote violence. Our aim is to reflect on these events to ensure they are never repeated, never again. All images and content have been modified in accordance with YouTube's advertiser policies. The images in the video are for illustrative purposes only and do not necessarily perfectly match the events or content presented. Thank you.